Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another installment on the topic of Kaspersky Unified Monitoring and Analysis Platform. This is going to be our 11th installment, and what we will be discussing is primarily the Active Directory authentication integration, ADFS, and so on. And with this particular installment, we are going to have a look at KUMA after its installation. Now, KUMA itself uses the built-in admin account, and you can create additional local accounts and assign the required access levels to them. Or you can configure access using specific domain groups. To do this, we are going to go over to our settings and then go to domain authentication. And you can use a free IPA or Active Directory and add extra functionality into the ADFS. So we'll be using an Active Directory domain as an example, and I've prepared several users in the Active Directory domain. They are distributed across groups with different access levels, and please just note that the account must have a value in the email field to authenticate to KUMA with these domain credentials. This field is required for obviously sending notifications. So once we have gone ahead and we've added those details, we can return back to the KUMA console and fill in the required integration settings. On this side, we need to specify the base DN or distinguished name. The addresses of one or several domain controllers will also be necessary in this case. You can then integrate by using LDAP or LDAP over SSL. In the other case, you need to specify the port numbers intended for SSL connections. 636 is mine in this case, and we import the certificate. So the base 64 encoded public keys of the X.0509 certificates are then going to be supported. This is the demo bench, so we can use an unencrypted connection, but for unencrypted LDAP connections, I specify port 389. If needed, you can check that all integration settings have been defined correctly. I have a pre-configured user left over from a previous LDAP integration video, so I'll go ahead and use that. The integration has been configured, and we now need to map the KUMA roles to the Active Directory groups. Each tenant can have groups of their own. So this means that you can have multiple groups from multiple different tenants with their own permissions. So let's see how it works. Please note that KUMA currently has only 2 users. If I log off and I authenticate with domain credentials, take note that you have to use user principal name. I'm using the analyst account, which is jane.smith@example.local. And now let's check the main administrator account, demo@example.local. So now that we have signed in as our administrator group user, you will clearly notice that it has much more privilege and has the ability to actually view the details that is present for all of the users inside of the organization, or all of the users that's found inside of the KUMA administration platform. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is a conclusion to our KUMA platform section 11 discussion on specifically your Active Directory integration options. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.